I'm here. I'm working on it right now. It's the Schwinn IC4 in the kitchen. Some inspiration. My kids' drawings. Oscar Wilde, don't take life too seriously. Anyway, I think I figured it out. I have grilled ChatGPT to the point where I think I know what to do. And you can subscribe to this channel, follow me on my journey for this year, and see if I make it or not. The goal is to get to 10 to 15% body fat, somewhere around 150 pounds. That's where I was in high school. I'm 38 years old. I teach high school, so it's a constant reminder of how far I've come. But I'm presently putting in the zone 2. See if you can see it. Oh, it only shows when it's, there you go. Working on it. So I pump on the bike till I hit zone 3, right there. And then I take a little break. Just a little break. Until we hit zone 1, and then we pump. We do that over and over. 2 sessions of 2 hours of zone 2 a week. What does that do? What that does, if you want to really understand the science behind it, Peter Attia wrote the book on longevity. There's a great podcast, I'll put it in the description, where he interviews the world's leading researcher on zone 2. He has a Latin name, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but they have a 2-hour podcast. You can listen to that and really understand the benefit of what those long-term zone 2 sessions do for your body. They pretty much prime your body to create more mitochondria. Your sleep's important too, because all this happens when you sleep. So if you're exercising to the point you can't sleep, it's not going to do anything for you. I'm just going to stay up here where you can see me. We're at, zone 3. We got to take a little break. Anyway, what that does is builds more mitochondria. It's not in real time going to be a big weight loss engine. You're building the engine that eats your fat. What zone 2 does is it keeps your body right below the aerobic threshold when you start producing lactate and your muscles start hurting. And so you get 2 hours of your body practicing burning fat at optimal efficiency. You'll kind of feel like this, just kind of like you're glazed a little bit. You're just barely sweating for 2 hours. You can still have a talk like this with a little bit of in the middle. There's a video of Peter Attia doing the same thing on the cycle. I decided to finally shell out some money for the Schwinn IC4. It's $700. It's the best thing I've found to do steady state heart rate training. I love how you can stand up on it and pump that way. There's a payment plan, so you can do, I think I'm doing $50 a month or something. I thought about it. I had a gym membership for years, and I would go once or twice, and this way I can be with my kids, playing Barbies over here on the floor. My oldest was playing Donkey Kong. I can watch a movie, listen to a podcast. I could do that at the gym too, but it's just nice. It's in the house, you know. You can do it anytime you want. And I've already gotten more use out of it than I ever did the gym. So that's building the engine. Zone 2 is building the engine of burning fat. It helps you keep your lean mass and grill the AI about all this. I have, Lord knows I have. It told me I was in the top 0.1% of users last year. So this is what I've settled on, pushing back and forth and trying to figure out what's the best thing to do. Zone 2 builds the engine, okay? Especially as you get leaner, supposedly. I don't know if I told you guys, I'm starting out 205, 30% body fat, 29, 30, somewhere in there. It told me within a year of the plan that I've started on, I should be down to 10 to 15% body fat, about 160 pounds. So I'll make a video in a year and you can see if it's worked or not, and some progress along the way. I did keto for the last year. I lost about 25 pounds. I looked much thinner, especially in my face. If you're a long-term watcher of the channel, you've probably seen me balloon up a little bit. That's okay. You know, you got to keep trying. You only fail when you quit trying. So keto was great, but I just can't do that for the rest of my life. I love pancakes. I love cake at birthday parties. I love pizza. One of the reasons to live. I love a cheeseburger with a real bun, some real bread, some buttered toast. Keto bread, it's pretty good, but I just couldn't do it my whole life. So what can I do diet-wise my whole life? I can easily eat once a day, especially if I work hard all day. I'm not even really hungry. I pound the black coffee. That keeps me going to 6 o'clock. No problem. And eat one big meal, whatever I want. I can do that forever, for my whole life. I actually prefer it. If I eat lunch or I eat breakfast, I'm tired during the workday. I don't like that. I guess I could eat a protein-rich breakfast. That'd probably be okay, but it's not gonna make you fat anyway. Bacon, eggs, and sausage. Anyway, so the real heavy lifting on the dieting side, kind of ironic that there's a sign behind me that says eat. We have the chintziest, most cliche kitchen decorations ever, but it's okay. Dieting video with an eat sign behind me. So here's what I've decided on. Back in the day, I was doing keto and I tried to do rolling fast for a while. There's a guy on here. He's got a channel where he's done rolling fast for like a year. He's lost a ton of weight. He'll like fast for 3 days, eat a big meal, fast another 3 days. He goes over and over and over again. So I will thank ChatGPT for this. It discouraged me from doing that. I was going to try to do a 3-day fast a week, eat 4 days, just keep that up over and over again. And it was like, whoa, buddy, you do that, you're going to mess up your hormones. And your hormones, people that try to lose weight and start feeling like, I don't know, man, I feel like my body's working against me. Sometimes when you do these really radical diets, you throw your hormones out of balance. And a scientist guy could watch this and be like, oh, cringe, I don't like that you're saying this. But anyway, it reduces your insulin sensitivity. And Zone 2 does that. Fasting does that. Pretty much, from what I understand, for food to be stored into your fat cell, insulin has to be released in your bloodstream. So when you do Zone 2 exercise or you fast, it's much harder for that insulin to enter the fat cell key, open up, and store the fat in there. But there's other things that happen when you fast. mTOR gets decreased, which is a hormone that tells the body it's time to build things. Don't know a whole lot about that one, but do your research on that one. The one that you hear a lot more of is T3, your thyroid hormone. That one can also go out of whack. I'm pretty sure it goes down, but like I said, grill your favorite LLM until it makes sense to you. Your Gemini, whatever. Your thyroid gets down-regulated when you fast too much. So that can lead to this really infuriating place where you're fasting for long periods of time, or you're on some sort of crash, really hardcore diet. You're finally serious about losing weight. You don't like how you look in the mirror. And because your body's freaking out because you're being so harsh to it, it starts to work against you on the goals that you are going for. So all that to say, 9 minutes and 45 seconds in. Here's the real key. Oh, I'm in Zone 3. Zone 3, can you see it? Can you see Zone 3? Yeah, so we gotta go. I got 2 heart rate monitors. I didn't tell you about this. I got the polar right here. You can see it. The polar heart rate monitor right there. And it talks to my phone, which makes a perfect chart of my graph. Thank you, Drew. Perfect thumbnail. I said in my last stream, screw it, we're using AI. It's so good, it's so easy. I'm not that good at Photoshop. I gave it a prompt. It knows exactly what I've been grilling it forever about what to do with my diet. So there you go. Feels kind of gross to embrace AI, but hey, everybody else is. I'm watching their channels, so making a thumbnail out of AI doesn't feel too bad to me. It's when you use AI to pretend you're John Mearsheimer. That's pretty gross. I would never do that. But make thumbnail, you know, it's fine. It's better than I could probably do even if I was good at Photoshop. So, okay, all that to say, here's what I have settled on. All right. I was gonna do, like I said, a 3-day fast once a week. That was tough. I couldn't stick to that. I've done a 3-day fast maybe 5-10 times in my life at this point. So I thought every other week. I asked ChatGPT about that, and it was like, buddy, that's pretty hard on your hormones as well. T3 and mTOR are gonna get out of whack. Best thing, do it once a month. 3-day fast once a month. That's what we're gonna try this year. Doesn't really matter where in the month I do it, as long as I do it. I've done it and taught school, it's fine. You actually, the first night you don't eat, you're very hungry. Second night, it's pretty easy. Third, you're just a little wired, you're ready to eat, but I've noticed on day 3, you usually feel like I could do day 4. So, what that does, it's the perfect amount of fasting, 3 days, once a month, anytime you can find in the month, to tell your body, open up the fat stores, open them up. And you'll see if you pee on one of those keto strips, by day 3, you are super duper in ketosis. So the fat stores are opened wide up. And this is what I've learned from arguing with the AI. What that does is for the next 3 weeks, it gives you a really good window where those doors don't close immediately, especially if you don't go straight for the 24-pack of Krispy Kremes. They don't close immediately. They stay open. So you can keep, it told me that the fast, one fast a month, it's kind of interesting. The fat doesn't burn immediately. It can take 3 weeks. There's all kinds of things going on at the cellular level. The fat will get burned out of the cell, but your body doesn't shrink the fat cells until, until, you're welcome, Grape Time, until your body feels safe that you're not dying. And that takes about 3 weeks. And the cell starts to shrink, and that's when you start to notice the double chin goes away, little pooch in the belly. I'm not ashamed. We're working on it. We're gonna get rid of it. Gonna get rid of some of this. So anyway, that's the goal. Once a month. That opens up signals to the cell. It's a long, strong signal to your body. Burn fat, brother. Open up the fat stores. Burn them. If you're doing zone 2, they recommend an elite level, not elite, but like best for longevity. Zone 2 does all kinds of amazing things for your heart as well. All kinds of great hormones are released. It improves your parasympathetic tone, which will make you much less stressed out and depressed. It will increase your sleep. Before I forget, I do 1 session of Zone 5 a week, and that's just flat out. I use the Polar Beat. It's the H10 heart rate monitor. It's the maximum effort one. I'm working up to a Norwegian 4x4, and you can read about that too. That's still been very difficult for me to get 90%, go down, back down to zone 2, go back up to 90% of my heart rate, and do that 4 times. Very difficult. Hopefully I can get there one day, but as far as longevity goes, your VO2 max is most important, and pushing in zone 5 is what gets you up to that VO2 max. They say zone 2 is like the foundation, It's the infrastructure of your physiology. I think most diseases, cancer, other things like that, are largely metabolic diseases. Once again, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a ENFP English teacher that loves to read and learn stuff. So do your own research. But I think most things are metabolic. And Zone 2 fixes a lot of that stuff. Makes me sleep better, less stressed. Also turbocharges the fat burning for those 3 weeks after the 3-day fast. So it said you can burn a pound and a half just from the 3-day fast, not during it. Well, I guess it gets pulled out of the cell, but then the cell shrinks like 3 weeks later. But it can also pull out about a pound and a half of fat while you're the 3 weeks after the fast. So it's kind of keeps it going. You know what I mean? You get 2x as long as you don't run for the Krispy Kremes. Try to stay eating once a day, maybe twice a day, 14, 16 hour fast a day. I usually do a 20. If I eat between 6 and 10, I'm ready for bed. So that's what we're gonna go with. It's a good excuse to buy some steak. You know, you were probably gonna spend 20 bucks eating fast food anyway. Spend 20 bucks, go buy a steak and some asparagus. You know it's gonna be way better. Put some of that rib rub on it. What is that kind of like? Sweet Baby Ray's or what is that one? Hang on. I always forget what this is called. I'm gonna look at it. Famous Dave's. That's my secret for the perfect ribeye. Get some black coffee. Also like this on the bike. You can push up to Zone 3 and then go play on the computer for a second until it beeps at you for Zone 1. Hop back on, bump back up to Zone 3. That way you stay right in the middle of Zone 2 the whole time. I've drilled it on which part of Zone 2. They're all beneficial. So doing the whole range like this, perfect. Perfect for Zone 2. Anyway, 17 minutes. I think I've told you about all the important stuff. 3-day fast to open up the fat stores. Signal deep fat burning. Zone 2 to build the mitochondria. They say as you get leaner, this is even more important because it will train your body to burn fat. Prioritize fat over muscle. Zone 2 does that. And is there anything else I'm forgetting? Oh, if they are, I'll make another video. But keep stress low and sleep well. Get your 7, 8, 9 hours. That's super important. Your muscle builds. That's when your mitochondria builds from Zone 2, making you more efficient at fat burning. Sleep's super important. Don't neglect sleep. That's the foundation. Really good sleep, low stress. Zone 2 helps with stress and helps with sleep. But don't stay up doing it. And then 1 3-day fast a month that will open up the fat stores and give enough time for the mTOR and the T3 to recover. So you're not stressing out your body to the point where you're doing more harm than good. It said if you do a fast every 2 weeks, a 3-day fast every 2 weeks, you'd think that would double your rate, but it's actually gonna screw up your hormones. And the closer you get to your goal, the harder it is to reach it. Because it's like a car, you're not doing proper maintenance on your car and you're burning out your engine. It's becoming less and less efficient. Like a gaming PC at 100% mining capacity. Works for a while, but you kind of know you're being a little hard on your baby. So, anyway, 67%, 126. For me, 38-year-old man, I wait until I bike until I get, it's not much effort. You can see I can still hold a conversation, drink my coffee. But I bike until I hit 120 because 126 is my max and the heart rate kind of fluctuates up there. And then I'm at 127 right now. So I'm in Zone 3. So I'm gonna take a break until I hit 116. This is from doing it for 2 hours over and over. I bike again, get back up to Zone 3, take another break. If you're like me, you love podcasts, or you got movies you want to catch up on, I'm finishing The Godfather Part 2 right now. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a good time. Hey, thanks for laughing at me, Dad. I appreciate it. You won't laugh when I look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, You'll be like, son, what's your secret? Well, you're about to see. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Hope that helped you out. That's the knowledge that I've gathered from 10 years of 26-year-old grad school, many IPAs. New Belgium, you tried to kill me. Ranger, don't do that no more. 12 years later of failing diets. This is what I've settled on for this year. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else next year. I'm never going to give up, but I'll see you in a year, and I'll let you know if it worked. If you got any good info out of that, there's ways to support in the description, but we're all broke. Most of us are fat, so focus on yourself, fix that. I love y'all. Have a very restful weekend. Don't forget to get some good sleep. That's most important. That's the foundation. God bless. Should all be in there. End streaming.